We are back on YouTube. It's been such a long time coming. I was actually meaning to make this video a long time ago, but life got in the way. I procrastinated. I stopped making content on YouTube, but I thought, you know what? It's time to get back to this long form content because I love being able to say stuff in like a long form. It's so much better than short form in a sense that there's a lot more you can say, there's a lot more you can express. With short form content, which I do every single day, you have to have like a minute and a half maximum to be able to speak to people. Whereas with YouTube, I feel like it's a bit more of a intimate setting where people sit down, they'll sit down for half an hour, watch a video, listen to updates. So I thought I'd jump on and actually give you guys an update as to how life has been both in Bulgaria and otherwise since the last video. So the last video that was actually publicly uploaded was 4 months ago. I was looking at my YouTube account and I couldn't believe it's been 4 months since I'd uploaded because we were on a great momentum, things were going well. But to be honest, it was a matter of time and it was a matter of motivation, let me say, to making YouTube content. But I've got time and I've got motivation again. So, oh my God. Did you hear that thunder? Jeez. But yeah, ignore the thunder. We're back to regular content. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to update you guys as to how the last kind of months has been and what's been going on and where I've been, because it's been quite a lot. So first and foremost, life in Bulgaria, of course. We moved to Bulgaria almost 2 years ago now, October 2024. And how has life been here? What's been happening? Are we happy here? Do we want to stay here? And very positive stuff. Like, life is very, very good here. We are very settled. Now, I've made content in the past and I've made a lot of videos expressing about life in Bulgaria, and I've always been very transparent with the entire process. So whether it be good, whether it be bad, I've always documented the process because I think the best way to show that you're truthful and honest is to be transparent throughout everything that's happening, right? So there's been periods that you guys have probably seen where, you know, we've been struggling a little bit in Bulgaria, not because of the country itself, but just simply adapting. It took a long time to adapt to this environment. It took a long time to adapt to this culture for me personally. And there was a period where we were considering maybe going back to the UK because that was like the default easy thing to do. That would have been the easy option at the time. Go back to the UK, go back to life there. What I know, what we know, myself and my wife, and it would have been an easy option. But we stuck it out, we persevered, and we're growing, we're building, we're growing, learning, and life here is fantastic. Everything is going well. Well, apart from a couple of things which I'll tell you in a second, which is not to do with life in Bulgaria, but just life in general. But yeah, overall, very, very happy here. Climatized to the culture, climatized to, you know, the language, learning every day. And yeah, just looking forward to building a future here because it's one thing to like be here for like a year or for 6 months, but it's another thing to live your entire life here, especially for someone like me who comes from the UK, which is a non-EU country. So the UK is not in the European Union, which makes things a lot more difficult, both for, you know, documentation, for moving here, for pensions, for national insurance. There's a lot of factors to consider moving to an EU country as a non-EU citizen, for the long term. So we're here, you know, we want to retire here, we want to plan the rest of our lives here, we want to raise our children here. So there have been a lot of hurdles and obstacles to overcome, but I'm happy to say so far so good. Aside from that, so I'm going to go back to the start. So we moved January 2026 to a new apartment. Things were great. New place, new environment, you know, it was our little place and we're going to kind of make it our own. But after a few months of living there, we had how do I say it the most diplomatic way possible, we had a very troubled neighbor. Now this neighbor caused so many issues to the point where unfortunately police got involved. It got a bit legal, and the person in question actually ended up in a little bit of trouble themselves. Whether it's because of things that happened, I'm not going to get into too much detail as to what happened because I've been there, done that, said that, and I kind of just, you know, just want to move on. But long story short, we had a very problematic neighbour who caused us a lot of issues living there. So unfortunately, we had to leave there and we had to come back to our old place that we were at before. which very settled now. It was annoying because we had moved all of our belongings, all of our stuff to a new place, thinking that we're going to be there, you know, for a long period of time, and it just turned out that wasn't the case. And to be honest, like, it's really put us off finding another place or moving to another place, because unfortunately you can't control who you live next to, right? So we've said, like, when we move again, firstly we want to buy a place, and secondly we want to, like, really take our time with it and move to an area where we know that everybody's professional, everybody's all good, and really take our time to find a place. So yeah, that happened. So aside from that, business has been amazing. We have been pushing away from social media, away from YouTube, everything that you see. We've been just building in the background, building business, and we're actually in a really good position at the moment with the business. We're doing multiple things, so we have multiple clients. So we have a few major clients for Lissah marketing, and I also work with a company. So I'll kind of get into that. So one of our biggest clients for Lissah marketing is a domiciliary care company in the UK. So we do marketing and we assist with recruitment for this business, which things are just getting busier and busier. Our workload's increasing, things are going good. And that's always a good thing. When your workload increases, it means potentially more financial opportunities, and it means more security as well. I always say that when you get more work piled on, it adds more security, right? We also, so aside from Lissah Marketing, which is myself and my wife's marketing business, we also work with a company called Cali Barbecue Media. They're basically a modern media company, and we're fortunate to be a part of that now on an official capacity, where we handle the short form for the personal brands, for the business account, for clients that they're adding. So that is keeping us, all things are keeping us very, very busy. Of course, I'm still posting every day on social media, like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you know, on all of them platforms. And the aim now is to get consistent again with YouTube. Now we're actually settled, and now I've got the time scheduled. Like, I blocked this out now to make sure that I don't miss making YouTube content. So away from that, I had, basically, I'm going to put a picture up here. This is what happened. So it's what's called grade 3 tears. So I have 2 grade 3 tears in my foot, and I'm going to tell you how it happened. So I was walking back home, and I basically, in the town I live in, there's like pavements with like loads of cracks. When I say cracks, I mean like holes, essentially. I was walking, and I'm very careful, very aware. Just the worst timing, my foot got caught in one of the holes, and, like, basically, say that's my foot, say that's the right side, say that's the left side. What happened? I went in and it twisted, and all my weight went down like this, and I heard the crack. So what's happened is I've got 2 grade 3 ligament tears, and a piece of my heel, the bone, one of the bones have shattered, and a fragment of the bone has got caught in between 2 other bones. So that is extremely painful at the moment. It's been causing a lot of issues. Bear in mind, I recently went to the UK and I went to Ireland, and I was doing about 20,000 steps a day. I'm now at home resting. I'm only going out at the moment when absolutely necessary. We have a holiday booked in 4 weeks' time. From today, this upload, we're going to Barcelona. So it's going to be an amazing switch off, an amazing break, and also great content opportunities. So I plan to vlog. I don't know if I'm going to do YouTube there, or we haven't figured it out yet. Because the problem with doing content is, let's say, so I made a video going to Romania. I'm going to put it here actually so you guys can see it. So we went to Romania, and the problem when doing content when you're away is it's not like a holiday, because you're constantly filming, you're constantly recording. It's essentially work all day, every day. It's filming. And the thing is, when you make that your job, essentially, you don't get to really enjoy the experience until you get back and you've edited everything, and you'll kind of live in that moment as you're editing it, and as you're like, as you're watching a video, I'm watching it with you guys. But when you go somewhere and you're just filming all day, you don't get to really be in the moment and enjoy being there. So I've been really mindful of that. And, you know, it put us off traveling for a little bit, because we were like, how can we travel, make YouTube, make short form content? Bear in mind, I don't have a team of people behind me. It's me, myself. So I'm the one doing the filming. I'm the one doing the editing. I'm trying to experience it there as well. And, you know, make my wife happy as well, and make myself happy. So I think for me now, when I go to places and when I film, it's not having that pressure to have to film every moment. So Barcelona is going to be interesting because it's going to be the first time that we've really been on a proper break away from the UK since that event. So I'm gonna, yeah, it's a learning curve. We're learning as we go along, you know. But yeah, can't wait for that anyway. Hopefully the ankle will heal up nicely by the time we go to Barcelona. Another thing, my wife Marina graduated in digital marketing after 4 years of grinding and studying. She got the certificate, it's done. So that's a massive relief as well, because like that was, she was studying on top of working full time, and you know, really took a lot to get through it, and she did it. She did it. She graduated, and yeah, very proud of her. And also, like from the business point of view, that adds an extra set of ammo to the business, because we now have somebody who is actually been through to get the qualifications. Because I, you know, in practice and in real life, I've learned, but I haven't got that qualification. She's got that qualification. She's been through it in theory. So coming together, we have a wealth of experience. So gonna go ahead and wrap up this video, but we're back to weekly uploads. As I said, I've actually scheduled time to make sure I upload and show up, because you know there's a fantastic group and fantastic community here, and I've like been neglecting it for way too long. But yeah, we're still here in Bulgaria. We're not leaving. Until next week, where I'll make a video saying we're leaving. That, not really. But yeah, very settled here, very happy here, and we just want to get back to like building and just building a future here. You know, in the near future, you know, children, planning and stuff like that. So there's a lot of stuff to consider away from just, you know, it's not la la land anymore. Like things are getting real, things are getting serious, and I feel like we're adapting very well to prepare for that. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.